Down and Dirty. I am your favorite host, AybrielBTV, and today we have some amazing moms here with us where they're going to talk about how they're balancing mom life while achieving their dreams. But before we get started, of course you want to know who these moms are. We'll start with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Ari. And my name is Destiny.
Okay, well thank you guys so much for coming. Loosen up, get ready to have a good time. So let's get started. Mothers have dreams and passions. What are yours? And did becoming a mom play some effect on the time frame it's taking you to achieve those dreams?
Anybody want to start?
Yeah,
okay, that's a good one.
Okay. Motherhood is definitely tough, but I believe that, and a lot of people do have or live life from the perspective that it can delay a lot of things, or it can basically, cut out all plans that you may have.
Right.
But I'm a really firm believer. Like I got into motherhood to believe this, but I'm a really firm believer that, of course, God already orders your steps. So if you become a mother, it's clearly at the perfect time, and it's clearly to put you on a path that's going to, make you prevail,
Right.
So, I don't think, of course it may delay some things that I want, but it's never going to delay anything that God wants for me.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think I ain't no time frame. I don't work on time frames. I work on God's time.
Okay. I'm definitely second that. I feel like it's never delayed. Never denied, just delayed for a moment, and whenever God has a step for you. So I feel the same way with the goals that I've been able. Of course, after college you have goals like this is what I want to be, this is what I want to do.
Exactly.
Then you have a kid and you're like, oh man, okay, I can't quite move it how I used to move. So you gotta adjust, but it's just an adjustment to what your life is currently now. So I think if you don't necessarily hit the goals that you might have had set in college, then you can just kind of understand and kind of modify it. Like for instance, I wanted to be a reporter, but I like to write, so I decided to do a mom blog because that's something that I can still be able to do with my son and be able to work my 9 to 5. So I think it's just being able to tailor your goals to whatever that you're looking at that time period.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. I feel like it takes a lot of compromise because you have to be able to balance work, home life, and also the things that you aspire to do. So I definitely feel like it just takes a lot of compromise, but it's not like you can't do it. And I think you just have to plan to be able to reach whatever you're trying to reach.
Yeah. One day at a time. When you look at it like a big picture, you're like, oh my gosh. This has never happened. But if you take it a day at a time, you can accomplish and just check it off as you see fit.
So what are you guys' dreams or passions? What is your end goal?
Oh, okay, I go first. So I guess, honestly, I think my dreams have kind of changed since being a mother because I kind of see things in a bigger picture now. I don't really think only about myself now. I think more so their future. Every day I'm investing, I'm planting seeds into who they will become. I think my dreams and my goals have more so, I guess, intertwined in a sense with who my children will be, only because I feel like that's a part of my legacy. So if I'm investing into my legacy, then I'm ultimately investing into my future. And, even though it's them that are living it out, that's still a part of what I leave on earth. So I think that way, and I also think just on a personal level, my goals would be to be able to also to be financially secure with my songwriting, with my music and everything like that, as well as taking care of my children. But I do have my husband that provides for our family, but I think having another source of income would benefit us. So that's one of my goals.
Okay, that's a good goal right there.
That's a great goal.
Amazing.
Okay, I think we all want to be financially stable. That's amazing. And definitely creating generational wealth. I think that's kind of the narrative that you hear a lot now is generational wealth. So you want to make sure that your goals align with that. And I think that's the main reason why, even though we might try to figure out different side hustles. I started real estate because I was like, what can I do to be able to have a legacy for my child? And, you know, real estate is such a lucrative market. There's so many different avenues in real estate. So, you know, as long as you find your niche, you can truly be able to, I feel like, multiply whatever you do. Right. So I think that's amazing. One of my goals and passions, of course, is to be a writer. So eventually, y'all gonna see some definitely, my main goal right now is just to truly be whole and healed, like spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's one of my main things I think 2020 has taught me in the pandemic, is just to sit still and understand who you are inside, and that He's in control every time. Because at the end of the day, whenever you have a plan, it's never your plan, it's His plan. So I just try to understand that as long as I'm healed inside, my son is healed, we can continue to grow, and we can continue to be the best for each other.
I like that. Come on now. You touched on just having your husband there to be able to support you. So how important is it to have a strong support system? And for you guys that are maybe co-parenting, or if you are married, you know, how important is that?
I think it's really, I think it's everything, honestly, to having a strong foundation, because, you know, my mom, the way that I was raised, I think it showed me that women can fight to be able to provide and to be able to sustain and be able to nurture and be able to care and do all those things. But at some point, the scale is not going to be balanced across the board. There's going to be something that's missing, because it takes two people to make a baby and it takes two people to raise a baby.
Exactly.
So from that experience, I've seen how, like, it's dynamically, like, opposite in my household, because I do have my husband, you know, providing, protecting, doing all the things that I know that a man is supposed to do, and that gives me space to just be a woman. It gives me space to just be free to be who God created me, and not to have to strive, and, you know, and no slack to, you know, single women, because I respect them highly. Like, my mom and my husband's mom were both single women, so or single parents. Or single moms. But yeah, so basically, I think it's necessary. Like, if my daughter was missing her father, and a present father at that, and somebody who's also loving and building them up and training them in the way that they should go, like, I feel like they will be missing a pivotal aspect, you know. And then I would be missing that too, because, like I said, I'll have to strive, and it would be a lot more burdensome for me at times.
Okay.
Yeah. And it can be. It can be.
Talk about it.
So, okay, of course, I'm not married. Come open up. I co-parent with my child's father, and it gets tough. Okay. You know, at first, it wasn't a lot of 50-50 or 60-40. Right. We always gonna have those games. Exactly. But at the same time, things have progressed, and I've kind of had to, I don't know if it could be a fact, but men do kind of mature later. Right. So he's about to be 31, and I'm 27, and I've had to kind of, like, reaffirm him, let him know, like, you can do this. You're here for this reason. This is why she needs you. This is why you need her. Like, it's not like a one-sided thing. This is a mutual type of relationship that you need to have. So it can definitely be tough when you have to be a parent to your daughter. So be a role model of a woman to your daughter, and also just fill her dad's head up with everything she should already know. But common sense ain't so common. And, you know, and everybody doesn't have, of course, the same upbringing. They don't have the same background, so they're not going to understand. Also, this matters. I don't know, you know, most people wouldn't say it matters, but it matters. He's not saved. I am. So we live life from two different spectrums, two different ends. And so I have to, like, tell him, I'm like, look, this is how I'm raising my baby.
Right.
We living on the Lord's principles, not these worldly principles you got going on. I'm with my baby. Okay?
Right.
I'm with my baby. Because Jesus whoops me. Okay? And I feel like people should look at parenting in that way. If you really need a model of how to parent or how to be a mom, how to be a dad, look at how Jesus treats us.
Yeah.
He is our parent. So I have to like kind of break that down for him sometimes. And I'm like, look, if he punishes you for this, X, Y, Z, then look, you need to be punishing her. Not saying she's 2.
Right.
So she's not much.
But you
like Ariana said, we're training our children up.
Yeah.
So we need to do it in the proper manner. Otherwise, we're going to be raising crazy people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
They don't think anything.
so it's so tough. And I have to tell him, like, you have to teach her how a man is supposed to love her. Because I can't teach her that. I'm a woman.
Come on.
So I can't teach her how a man's supposed to, just like a woman can't teach a little boy how to be a man.
Exactly.
It's impossible. Because we were not created that way. We weren't created to go in that way. We weren't created to teach them in that way. We can teach them certain principles, you know,
Right.
but we can't teach them how to be men.
Yeah.
And we can't teach the little boys how to be men. We can't teach the little girls how to be, you know, how to love them like men should love them.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot that goes in there, and it's tough, but it's gonna get done.
Right.
Yeah,
I
We
think
ain't got no choice.
Right.
Come on, it's gotta get done.
piggybacking on what you said about foundation, I mean, I think it takes a village, just not only with co-parenting, but having, you know, grandma, auntie,
Yes.
like having everybody come together and truly be cohesive in what you're doing with your child. My child has a speech delay, so making sure everyone's on the same page on what he needs or different things that he might need when they're watching him or things like that. It truly helps because he's come so far in this last year that we've been able to do therapies and everything like that. So I would say just truly having that foundation and understand that it takes a village to raise a child. Whether you're co-parenting, single parenting, you got a husband and wife together. I just think, and then it's just being able to understand that the village is where you can be able to really grow your child and then meeting your co-parent where they are. Like, I think that's the biggest thing I had to learn. Like, I had to understand, like you just said with the maturity thing, they mature way after us, even if they like are around the, you know, a little older than us. So it's like meeting them where they are to understand that, hey, you know, I understand you might not be here, but let's see where we can try to make the best communication possible, because definitely we have more good days than bad days, but we do have bad days. So we try to get through those bad days, you know, best as possible. But I think as long as you can continue to try to meet somebody where they are, then you will always be able to be on the same page and have that open line of communication. Because communication is the biggest thing in any relationship, but especially co-parenting.
Yeah.
Like communication, if you don't got that, you girl,
The
good luck.
The smallest thing, you can be like, I said I was gonna be there at 4:30. You said 4:15. What?
I need you to do simple text go along. Yes, I get it.
And that's not even with really, I think people don't understand that co-parenting is not just with single parents. It's with married parents as well. And like, people have to understand that balance is needed in whatever relationship you have. It's needed. Daddy need his time and mommy need his time.
Right.
Okay? And need her time. So you have to be able to kind of like designate, you know, responsibilities and be willing to work as a team.
Yeah.
Because the end goal is making this wonderful human.
Exactly.
Growing that person to become the best kind of person they can be in society. Because a lot of messed up people out there.
Right.
I don't know who's been doing a bad job. There's a lot of people who doing some bad jobs. We gotta focus on that. I think we lack focus. I think as parents, not us though.
Right.
They lack the focus of character, and it's ridiculous. Like I run into so many. I'm pretty sure y'all have to. Y'all run into so many people. It's just like, what's wrong with you? Why you act like that, girl? Like that? What your mama taught you? You know? And I'm like, why aren't these people trying to work on the inside of these kids. And you see these kids wearing Gucci, Louis, Prada, Balenciaga, all this mess, but you don't see some A's and B's on that report card.
Hello?
You know, like, y'all need to work on, and I'm not just saying academically, but you got to work on the soul. Work on your child's soul first, because that's what's going to help them, you know, progress.
Yeah, and build their morals.
Decent humans. Exactly. So
definitely.
Yeah.
What is the greatest reward of being a mom?
I didn't think about that.
I think definitely the smile that I see like on his face when we're doing different activities. I'm very into putting my son in activities. We used to go to the farm, you know, when he's riding a horse, the smile, the joy that he gets when he's playing with all the different barn animals and karate. So I would definitely say that most recently, I'm gonna tell you what made me the most rewarding was once we got out of he does occupational therapy too, but we got discharged because it's like he's good to go, he's doing good, he's about to start pre-K. So that just like rewarded me because I'm like, okay, all this running around for a year wasn't for nothing. So, like running around to therapy appointments, doing different things, you know, him being able to start pre-K into an early intervention program, it just was the biggest gratification. But that smile that I see every morning, and when he says, "Mama, I love you," I'm like, I'm like, okay, I love you too, but you know you in trouble. But that's me for real. But I would say the joys of it is just truly being able to understand that you living for somebody else. Like you got somebody else watching you. You setting an example for them. So it's just truly understanding the rewards of my labor. Kind of the seeds that you plant, they're gonna come to fruition.
I like that too. That's really good. I think for me, it has to be I think the greatest reward is like the character development, like you were talking about, because I think it forces you to be sacrificial and to not be selfish. And being like, I was the only child for 14 years, so when my sister came along, I was basically grown at that point. Right. So I didn't have to learn how to share or anything like that. And so, being married like that puts you in a position where you have to be sacrificial and you have to think about, okay, so this is what I want, but what do you want? Okay, let's meet in the middle. Or, okay, I'll let go of what I want to do and I'll sacrifice for you. But then when it comes to kids, y'all know it's a whole nother sacrifice.
You want everything. You need some chips, they want it. Me.
It's no personal space. They don't know that. They don't know where. If you in the restroom, they are getting on this. And so, like, I think the reward though for me is like definitely looking more like Christ, like, you know, that sacrificial love. And because I didn't grow up really with that in the forefront of my mind, I grew up with, what do I need? What do I want? Taking care of myself all the time. Right. That now I'm waking up and sometimes the first thing on my mind is, are they up yet? You know, how can I tend to them? Because I think I have been in such a rhythm of like taking care of them that it's like now, like I do take care of myself. You definitely need self-care. Exactly. But you also have that balance to where it's not like I'm selfish or self-centered anymore. I still have to, you know, operate with sacrificial love. So I think that's probably my greatest reward, because I think that translates to all of my relationships now because of how motherhood has kind of wired me.
I like that.
That's true.
That's good.
You was feel me that one.
I'm really right there. All of it. All of it. I just really think that I've always been a Christian. I've been saved since I was 12, but I feel like until I became a mom, I was living crazy. And after I became a mom, like Justin said, you are living for someone else, and it really puts its purpose on it. And you have to treat that like it's a gift. You have to treat that, because that's exactly what it is.
Come on now.
And so, I'm telling you. So, girl, I'll start calling you here.
Because the testimony is real, girl.
I love it.
I'm gonna leave right there. I don't know.
Come on, God did it, right?
Look,
I love it. I know a few of you have newborns or younger children. How do you balance everything and still have time for like that self-care, that you time?
Yeah, the balance is, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it be a little bit off balance. I'll be trying to get it today, but it never work out. But definitely, at least with writing and my blog, I try to at least set out one day out the week where, you know, he's with his dad, where I can just sit down and write and create content and be creative and not be on the time frame. Okay, you gotta eat dinner, you gotta get in the bath, all this stuff like that. So I think just setting aside at least 1 or 2 days out the week, or just a couple hours where you can truly focus on you or whatever your passion is, whether that be self-care or whether that be writing or wherever your outlet is. I think it's very important to have an outlet. Like, right, if you don't have an outlet, you will go crazy. You'll be like, okay now, like, I'm tired of this kid. You say mama one more time, you gonna get his head across the face. So definitely, I would say having something that you can just take a day or two just to focus on that don't have nothing to do with your kid, like that is very important in motherhood.
Yeah. I would say definitely set that time out. I tried to start getting up earlier, but sometimes the bed just be feeling a little too good. And sometimes too, it's like when you put the kids down, you want to stay up later because you just had a whole day with other people, and it's just like, okay, that little time. But then, like, trying to get up in the morning after being, you know, up all night, it's not working out. But I definitely think even just getting away by yourself, like taking time to yourself, whether it's going with your friends somewhere, or y'all go get your nails done. Like, I've done that with a couple of my friends. Like, we'll just go get our nails done together just so I can get a breath of fresh air, because I'm not the type to always go and get my nails done because I don't have the space to do that. And then I play guitar too, so I can't play, you know, but when I want to, I'm like, okay, this is my time to just treat myself and just be by myself. Nobody's mom, nobody's wife. But my husband, he gives me that space. I mean, no, okay, I'm always somebody's wife, but I'm saying I'm in my own.
You and your that's when we got your day alone. We get you.
Why did you look at me like that? Okay. But yes, y'all, just in my box, like, not me time. But yeah, okay, y'all, you got that distance. Okay, well, so me and my daughter's dad, we've gotten to this space where we're good with the whole, you get her for this amount of days, I get her for this amount of days. Sometimes I don't like it, sometimes I'm great with it.
Right.
You know, I 3 days to myself, oh, praise the Lord. But some days I'm like, oh,
This is right.
I don't know what to do. And then when she's here, I want to do everything.
Yeah.
So, but when he does have her, I try to do as much as I can. So that's like cleaning up, going to get my nails done.
Right.
I might go with her, get my nails done.
Grab a train.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, go eat with some friends. Go out. Go to a friend's house. Do something.
Right.
You know, to just love on myself. Because that balance is definitely important. And you can definitely lose yourself in motherhood. Like, you can lose yourself in your kids. And I've witnessed it. Like, one of my best friends, she kind of lost herself in motherhood. And it's like, I haven't seen my best friend since I was like 18.
Yeah.
Like, where you at? And so I always told myself that I don't ever want to do that. I always want to make sure that I make time for me, because without me being the best person or the best me that I can be, I can't be that for her.
Exactly.
So it's just all about finding a little time, even if it's a few hours, like Justin said, a few hours, cool.
Right.
I will take a few hours. Thank you.
Right.
If my mom was like, you can, thank you.
Right.
I will go to sleep.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter. Like, I will do the smallest thing to make myself feel good.
Yeah.
Eat some cake.
Right, for real.
Eat a candy bar. Wait by myself.
Yes,
definitely important. That balance is definitely important, especially for your future as well.
Exactly.
Like, for you to work on who you are as a woman in the future.
Yeah.
How important is it to be present in your child's life?
It's very important. I know that's like the generic question, but it's very important to be present in your child's life so they can know, because they're only little for so long. Like, I think that's the thing that we kind of get so caught up in the hustle, like hustle, no sleep kind of era, where it's like you got to hustle while they're young, but you don't ever get that time back when they're young. So it's important to be able to be present when they're growing up. So then, of course, you want to make sacrifices so they can have everything you didn't, but also make sure you're there. Like at karate practice, you actually stay there and you're not on your phone trying to figure out other stuff. You're there in the moment at the practice. So I think that's very important. Even with my child's father, we co-parent, and like I said, we have our good and bad days. But definitely just him understanding his presence in his child's life and being, having a son and understanding to be that role model. I think that's essential to any young boy as they grow up, to have that father figure and father figures around, whether it's his godfather, uncles, or grandfather.
I like that. I like that you touched on just being present in the moment. Also, like creating those memories, because that's something that I always remember.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think being intentional about what you're shaping your child to be, because I think that, like you were saying earlier, Destiny, like we want to raise good, or just people who love other people, who treat other people well, and who love God as well. And I think that just being intentional, like day to day, okay, what's our routine? How is this aiding to my child's life, and how is it how are the things that I'm doing, like you said, being on your phone or just getting distracted, how is that not beneficial to them? And I think really just being honest with yourself, like, because we're not going to get it right all the time, because I know I do not. But you just got to be real, like, okay, what's in me that I could change to, better suit them in the long run. So,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that's why that's why most people are like on this whole entrepreneurship tip,
right?
Because or most parents anyway, because it buys them more time. Even though of course you put a lot of time into businesses and building them up from the ground. You might do that, during a certain period of time, but in the long run, you do get that quality time.
Exactly.
You
that
want
that
free time that you want with your family, and just cultivating that culture within your family, that love culture, that that support culture, that you're there all the time.
Like
and I've always wanted that, because I never really had that in my household. Like my mom and my dad, they were working. Granted, my dad, he worked in my high school. He worked at my middle school and my high school. But the thing about it is, like, it was always me having to share him with other kids. And so it was like, I don't like that. I don't want my baby to feel like that she has to share me with my child.
Right.
I don't want my baby to feel that way, or if I have some more kids. I don't want them to feel like that either. I want everybody to feel their own type of special. So in order for me to do that, I feel like I need to, reconfigure some things in the work life, career life, and I'm trying to ditch this 9 to 5, y'all. I promise you.
Right.
I really am trying to, because it really takes me away from my child. Like, it takes me away from the things that I really want to do with her. I want to expose her to. I can't travel with her like I want to, and give her the world, literally, because I wasn't given that, so I want to give it to her. I need to change things up.
I like that. And I don't even think you guys told people at home, what do you do? Tell us, because y'all got some amazing things going on. Mom, boss life.
Okay. Well, my little 9 to 5. I work in logistics. But outside of that, I have Bomb Mom. It's a mom community. I haven't really put as much love and care as I should have been putting into it, because I'm so focused on the 9 to 5. And it stresses me out. But at the same time, I do aspire to open a women and children's shelter through that. So I'm gonna you know, make sure I do the work to put in the work to build up a nonprofit with that also. And you know, your girl is always trying to style some folks.
Right.
I'm currently working on opening a boutique, and hopefully I can get me. Hopefully within like the next 2 years, I can get me a storefront because I don't
like that. Speaking into existence, honey.
So that's what I'm working on right now because that plan is for my baby.
Okay.
And we're working on some books for her too.
I like that.
They'll be out soon, so she needs to start her book.
That's the one. Okay.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing right now, and just trying to make that time. That time that I can have with her.
I like that.
So I primarily, I would say I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 daughters, Eden, which is 2, about to be 3 in June, and then Emma that just turned 1. And that is like my full-time role. Well, yeah, primarily that's basically what I do. But I also am a singer-songwriter. I write like neo-soul Christian music, and it's very, I love it. I love what I do. I love performing. I love being in creative spaces. I love, you know, just sharing my gift with other people. Yeah, and I am gonna like be branching off into even writing R&B songs, and because that's what I initially started doing. I initially started my songwriting or my artistry with R&B, and then when I became a Christian, I started implementing my faith into my music. But recently, I'm like, you know, I can do both because like God's not condemning me for writing R&B and Christian music. So you know, that's what I would love to do, and write for other people as well. But yeah, and I also have a new project that'll be coming out. I have a new project that'll be coming out April 23rd, and my single will be coming out April 23rd, and my project will be coming out April 30th. It's called Up Close. Oh dang, I wasn't supposed to give y'all the dates.
It's okay, girl.
But it's okay, y'all. So yes, that's what I'll be doing. And then I have a project that's already out called Eden. That's more gospel-ish, Christian. But this project I got coming out, y'all,
it's some fire.
I already know.
This
ready. I'm ready for
grown
it.
people, okay?
We ready. We are ready.
I'm about to ask you.
Wait, okay?
I love it. I can't wait, girl. I'm ready. I'm about to call you now. Like, make sure I'm good and I know the date. Awesome. Well, I work in marketing. I'm a marketing lead for a film catering company, and we cater to most of the film studios here in Metro Atlanta. So that's fun for me to still be able to be in the film world, not necessarily kind of where I'm kind of inspired to be, but still kind of have my hands in everything. So get to be able to be around a lot of different people, a lot of different, make a lot of different connections, and just see kind of how the world works with the production side of things, and really coming together in Atlanta, because Atlanta is such a booming industry. Like as far as we're film, you know, I think the most inspiring studios I've been to is Tyler Perry, just to see how he turned that place from a fort into just a beautiful, beautiful location. So I definitely love the aspect of being able to provide for my son and for myself with my 9 to 5. I definitely, no shade to any 9 to 5s. I definitely want to tell people that there's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, because I used to be like, I don't want to work no 9 to 5, but I understand, because you got to be able to have a 9 to 5, because that's what's going to get the bills paid, but of course still be able to do your dreams and your hustles, you know, on the side. So I think that's kind of what really got me into real estate, and understanding that I can fit it in when I need to fit it in with my 9 to 5. So it just kind of works out where we have it now. So that's what I do. I'm a marketing lead. I love it. It has its good and bad days, but ultimately I like all the connections and the people that I meet on a daily basis. So that's fun. Right now, of course, my main goal is to be able to continue to grow my blog community, meet different moms. I think it's so funny now, like how you can meet somebody on social media and y'all like best friends. Y'all. It's so crazy. I got friends in California. I be like, hey girl. And then be like, I just so welcoming on social media, and I really like that era where we're leading now with social media, where everyone's so friendly, and it's not a thing of, okay, I don't know you or you my competition. It's more community. It's community over competition. So I really, really, truly love that about where we're going as a society now with the mom community, mom bloggers. Anything that you're doing with moms, I just love how people are truly being supported and understanding that it's about community, not competition.
Exactly. You guys are really doing some dope things, you know, killing it as moms. I hope they inspired you moms at home to get out there and make something shake. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at AybrielBTV, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Down and Dirty. Bye, guys. Girl,